Hey guys, Gene out here. Got Trey on the camera. We got another CZ. Of course, you know we're CZ fan. This is a CZ P09. It would probably be comparable to like the Glock 17. It's a little bit larger than the Glock 17. We're gonna do things a little bit differently. Do a little bit of a tabletop slash shooting. We won't talk too much, but some of the features about this gun, front rear slide serrations, of course, the very thin slide, the way that it slides into the frame is unlike any other gun really. And you know, it has memory pads on each side, ambidextrous slide lock. These are bulky, the slide locks and the takedown. They are a little bit bulky. I don't carry this gun. I don't know that it's really carryable. You know, it has checkering on the front here, checkering on the rear, some very unaggressive, I mean, almost, I guess, sandpaper-like on the sides of the grip here. Traditional, squared off, very large trigger guard. This has got more of a flat style trigger on it versus some of the other more expensive CZs that have the curved type trigger. Comes with 2 magazines, 18 rounders, steel magazines, aluminum. You know, of course, got the pick rail up here. I think it's a 1913 rail. It is hammer fired, of course. Also has the decocker, which is nice. If you've watched our other videos, you know that I'm really a big fan of a decocker. It allows me to you know, it allows me to put a live round in the chamber. This does not have a safety. Some of the models you can get a safety and swap this out. I don't really care for that. I'm okay with pulling it from a double action by safely dropping the hammer on a live round. And so that feature is available. I love a decocker that allows me to drop the hammer on a live round and be able to pull it out if the need arises and pull it from a double action. Then of course everything after that is single. Tremendous reset, like what you're accustomed to with CZ. Very smooth, very little take up, very non-gritty, I guess you could say. About a 5 pound, you know, you can hear the reset. It's about a 5 pound, 5.5, just like a Glock really. I hate to say that, keep comparing to a Glock, but CZ is one of those brands, much like a Glock, that I would straight up take it out of the box, right off the store shelf, and have no problem sticking it on my side and using it for defense. That's how confident we both are, myself and Trey. Steel sights. This rear sight is driftable. Front sight's stationary. These are what they call luminescent. I like to call them day-night sight. They do pick up sunlight. If you go into a dark area, they will get brighter. Let me put a little bit of light on them from my phone here. And well, they ain't gonna light up out here in the daylight, but they will shine very brightly. If you walk out of the sunlight here into a very dark room, it's almost just like night sight. They are steel, of course, as I said before. But the thing that really brings this gun home for me is no matter whose hand I've stuck it in. You know what? Let me take this down just in case anybody wants to see that or know how to do that. So here on the slide, I don't know if it'll pick up on the camera, you have a little mark at the very back of the frame here, and you also have a mark on the slide. So you just want to pull it back just like that till them 2 places line up, and you want to hold it there and take the butt of your magazine, push the pin out from this side, reach over here and just pull it out. After that, it just really pulls off like any other gun. So just in case you might have had any questions about that, how it came down.
Most of these take down the same way too, so I know on my CZ, the P07 Tactical that's how we ended up taking it down.
And then, you know, it's pretty simple to put it back together. Pull it back to those two line up, knock it back in. She's ready to go. But a polished feed ramp on the barrel. Like I said, anybody's hands that I've ever put it in, even if they were having a bad day at the range, they shot well with it. Most everybody I've given it to, they wanted to go out and buy one that day sometime. So CZ's definitely a brand you can go out and buy and feel very confident. Doesn't really matter which one you buy. I've yet to find a bad one, yet to find one they missed the mark on like some other gun manufacturers. So right now we're just gonna shut up and shoot it a little bit. This is a little bit of a bulky gun. It is a little bit bigger than the Glock 17, but in my opinion performs so much better. And I love a hammer fired pistol. So we're shooting at a target here. We're about around 11 yards out. We're kind of skimpy on paint today, so let's see if we can't just knock out a bunch of that black there. You ready?
Let's do it.
Let that one get away from me. You know it's a good day at the range when you shoot a CZ.
That's right.
Again, no matter what I shoot that day and how badly I shoot with it, this is mostly true. I'd say you can ask Trey and see, but it is very mostly true that I always bring a CZ with me, and it's usually my P09 or my P07, because if I'm having a bad day, I just go grab my CZ and we make it a good day.
That's right.
It makes you look like the professional that you're not, you know? I mean, nobody can argue with me. My friends that don't like CZ, I can bring this out every single time. I could have sugar shakes, the flu, COVID-19, whatever.
All of them.
All of them at the same time.
Yeah.
Diarrhea.
What's up?
And just, you know, there's where you want to be. So that's why we so desperately was looking for a CZ and a more compact pistol. And that's why we got the P10. And you know, it doesn't have as long of a barrel, so it ain't quite as easily accurate as this one is. But you know, the P07 also has, and it's got my favorite color in the magazine, so you know, it was made for me.
That's right.
Just in case you didn't know. I'm gonna load one up, and while I'm talking a little bit more about it, and see if I'm talking all this smack about being able to hand it to anybody and they do well with it. So I'm gonna have to hand it to Trey and see whether or not that's true.
I'm gonna peep your target out. I'm gonna take them down here and peep your target. So as Gene was saying, we're getting a little skimpy on the paint. We had a paint can that was sitting in the, I'll tell you that in a minute. So wonderful grouping. Kept it all in the center, and that was 2 magazines, as you guys saw. We haven't spray painted. It's been a continual loop video. So, but anyways, yeah, we had a spray paint can issue. That's our stash. But we had a spray paint can issue where one of the cans from the last time we were out here, someone went ahead and put a red cap on the top, So I thought it was red, you know, pulling it out the closet. I was like, hey, let's get some red paint. No, it's black. So I don't know what happened there, but
shoot at the short one, or
it doesn't matter. I can shoot the short one.
Huh?
I can shoot the short one.
all right.
I won't give the excuse that it's further away, or you know, that I can't see that.
Well, it doesn't
far.
matter if it's further away. It's a CZ. It's
That's
hot.
right.
It's hot.
That's right. It's hot.
Yeah, it's hot.
Oh, it's hot.
It's ready to go. Just for you, buddy.
That's right. There's so much brass on the ground.
Let's see what you got, man. You know when you hit the sweet spot on that target. One other thing.
It sounds right.
Huh?
It sounds right.
It's got
when
that
you hit
good
it.
thud.
Man,
You know-
that's awesome. There's nothing like shooting a CZ. If you have a CZ that's $2,000 or a CZ, well, $3,000 or a CZ that's, you know what? I mean, I don't know what you gave for this one, but for my CZ P07 Tactical is like $450.
Oh no, that's what I want to say. The MSRP on that, which of course is set by Canic, is $530
Well, CZ,
from CZ. Yeah. I mean, oh yeah. Why did I say Canic?
because you like them too much.
Because I like Canic
That's
too.
right.
But
God, that is nice. So like,
the CZ, I think the MSRP on that is $530. I know it is, but you won't pay that. That was set by CZ.
you never end up paying MSRP. That's just like a high ballpark, essentially.
I gave, I think I actually got it on sale for like $439 or something, but I think it goes for somewhere in the neighborhood of $469, $479, something like that.
That's before tax or after?
That's before tax.
Yeah.
But with 2 magazines, hammer fired, just a couple of back straps, just freaking awesome.
I'm becoming a fan of a decocker too. I mean, I've only known about a decocker for about a year. You know, I haven't really been that crazy into you know, studying and reading up on guns as we have been here, or as I have been here lately with the channel and everything. But that decocker, I'm starting to like it more and more. The purpose it serves, like my P07 Tactical is a good nightstand gun. You just pop a good decock on that round you got in the you know, that you got chambered.
All my Glock buddies, you know, they want to talk about Glock,
Yeah.
you know. And then, you know, they always end up coming back if you tell them you got one that'll perform better. Now, I like Glocks too. No, hey. But if you tell them you got one in the CZ that'll perform better, their go-to is, oh yeah, what'd you pay for it, buddy? Because with the you can't beat a Glock for the price point, you know. Well, there you go. You got yourself a CZ there, in the price point of the Glock 17, actually cheaper than the Glock 17. And the thing is like if I hand them this and tell them, you know, be honest with me, shoot good with it, don't embarrass yourself, they generally will go out and they'll buy themselves a CZ because they realize that maybe Glock is not the best for the price point, you know.
Glock's going up in price too.
Yeah, and I think CZ is going to be where it's at in 2 or 3 years. I think CZ is going to be one of those guns that if you don't own, then you can't really consider yourself a gun guy. I think they're getting that popular and they're branching out a lot more. And you know, my P09, my P07, I've actually put a crap load of rounds through like I would one of my Glock, and it's held up. Never a single issue to my knowledge, unless there's something I just don't remember. I have never had a single malfunction or issue with any CZ pistol that I have ever owned. And you know, you can like CZ too, because a Glock is a Glock is a Glock, but CZ makes freaking competition pistols, all steel pistols, the SP01, the Shadows.
They make shotguns, rifles.
They're freaking awesome.
They make everything. Glock makes Glocks.
Glock makes Glock.
Yeah.
It's a good gun, but it ain't no CZ.
No.
You know? So let's just shoot it some more, see what's up. Try to do a little mismatch there, you know.
That's right.
That little low target is messing me up.
Get a variety.
It's an awesome piece, guys. Go out and buy one. If you open carry, or if you don't mind, you know, something bulky on your side, have at it, man. Definitely be a good carry gun. If you're okay with a 9mm as far as a nightstand gun, again, jump out there and get it. It's not something you'll regret, I promise you. Nobody I've handed it to, not Trey, not my wife, not one of my girls, every single person's hands I've put it in, even my friend Junior, I put the SP101 in his hand, and he told me, "Where did you buy that at?" I told him where I bought it at. It was at a store that we were locally shooting from. And he's like, "I wonder if they got one in stock," and he's gonna go that day and buy it. So you gotta really shoot it, guys, to appreciate how awesome it is. So anyway. Go out and get you a CZ P09, people. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, tell your friends and family, sign up on our Facebook, or like our Facebook page. It's on our main page. Hit the link, hit like, get signed up for our drawings, and we really do appreciate you watching. Have a great day.